Hello, everybody, and welcome to my conversation with Craig. Today, we're going to talk about superstitions, sueveria, and I hope that you can understand our conversation. Let's go. So, Craig, um, are you familiar with many Russian superstitions?
I do know some. I
All
do
right.
know some. My favorite is the tfu tfu tfu. That's my favorite one. I
Oh.
do that all the time now.
When you don't want something bad to happen.
Yeah, if I mean in almost any situation, it seems. So if I say, for example, something that's overly positive, like I'm sure the project's going to be a big success, tfu tfu tfu, then I have to do it. But I probably do it too much because I'm a very superstitious person.
What is so you are so Craig is superstitious. So it's not exactly that you believe in the superstitions, but you or you've maybe
I've begun to believe. I've
begun
begun
to
to believe.
believe. Okay, you've begun to believe. Interesting. Um, so this is a kind of superstition, a kind of tradition about flowers. What's the very important rule which foreigners need to learn if they get a Russian girlfriend?
You know, I always mix it up, but as I remember, you have to give an odd number. Is that right?
I believe that that's correct.
All
Yes.
right,
So
and the
you
even number.
mustn't give an even number of flowers. You must give an odd number according to the rules.
Hmm.
Um, of course, we don't have anything like this in England. So in England, it's not necessary to count the flowers in your bouquet. Bouquet is bouquet. You don't need to count the flowers in England, but obviously in Russia, it's important. And I remember when I first started going out with my wife, when we started dating, I went to the flower shop and I think I wanted to buy four roses for her. And the
Hmm.
florist looked at me like, "What?
Hmm.
No,
Hmm.
no, five, five."
It feels wrong for me. So I like four as well for flowers. And do you know when you look at your clock and it's like 10:56, but you would never arrange to meet for 10 at 10:56 with somebody. You'd say 10:55, yeah? You'd always round it up.
Fives. We like
And you've
fives. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it always feels uncomfortable for me. If someone said, let's meet at 10:56, I would feel odd. And when I buy an odd number of flowers, I feel the same way. This isn't
Okay.
right. This is strange. Why would I have seven and not eight? Because I like even numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially 10. 10 roses.
10, yeah, yeah,
20
perfect.
roses. No, 21.
No,
Mm,
11.
11 roses. So yeah, and for everybody to remember, odd numbers, nechotные. Even numbers, chotные, I think. I think
Hmm.
that's right.
Hmm.
Anyway, so in Russia, you have to be careful with flowers. Yes. How often do you buy flowers, if that's not a
According to my wife, not often enough.
same?
And yeah, well, I've got to learn this actually. This is something I need to learn because the expectation is that flowers should be bought. And we've got some orchids actually where we live now, which is very nice. So I'm getting used
Hmm.
to the idea, but I
After
never,
20 years.
you have to, yeah, well, it's taken me some time because I never ever bought anybody flowers except for my mum
Right.
before I came to Russia. But we've had
8th of
conversations about
March.
this.
8th of March, I'm sure you understand that flowers must, it's not only should, is it? Flowers must be bought on the 8th of March.
I know, but I feel like I'm being forced.
I know
I'm
it's
losing my freedom, my Western
I know.
freedom,
I know.
and it's very hard for me to do it. But
It must be done.
I'm
Must
yeah, it must be done. It must be done. Yeah, I'm starting now. I'm learning.
Very good. Right, this one. Do you know what this picture is about, Craig? Why
Yes, I
did I?
believe I do.
What sort of ticket is it?
It's a dinner ticket because you have to eat it. It's let me just check, 1822. Yes, it the first three numbers added together, the sum of the first three numbers
Yeah.
is equal to the sum of the second. Mathematics A
It's a
level.
maths lesson. The sum
Yeah.
of the first three numbers is equal to the sum of the second three numbers.
Mhm.
So it's a lucky ticket.
Wow, and that's 40 rublé. This must be quite an old picture. It's like
Um,
70 now.
I think it must be an old pic,
Hmm.
an old ticket. Yes, well, it's from the days when I lived in St. Petersburg, which is
Was that your ticket?
long ago. I think it is my ticket.
Hmm.
Yes,
Did you eat it?
probably. Yeah, I have tried this eating tickets thing. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, that was a surprise the first time it happened. Like, Craig, yes, yes. Oh, no, I don't know. I don't want to eat the ticket. Yes, yes, yes.
I miss well, I don't really use buses anymore, but I'm quite glad that when I did use buses, they had these tickets because I enjoyed it every time checking the ticket. It was like an exciting
Mm.
moment of my day when I could check the trolleybus ticket.
Yeah, and also when you don't get one, you have the right to be frustrated. You're, Господи.
Oh, it's so close.
It's so close. Yeah, just one away. And then I wonder, did the conductor take my lucky ticket
Oh,
and to give me the
maybe
one after?
maybe the conductor just has a. I like
A
this
big
word.
bag full.
Maybe the conductor has a stash
Mm.
of lucky tickets. They put them all together. Собирает в кучу вот все эти билетики. A stash. Maybe. Anyway, I like the lucky ticket tradition. It's a fun one. And it's kind of sad that now you just pay with your card. It's not the
Oh yeah, it's
same.
gonna go. It's gonna disappear. That is sad.
While we're talking about tickets, did you have the marшрутка experience? Передайте, пожалуйста.
I
And
had
they pass the
many.
money from the back of the bus to the front of the bus, and then
No,
your
yeah,
change, that
the
change
change
comes
comes back.
back.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to have a degree in accountancy just
Oh,
to figure it out. If you're in the middle and someone says, "Передайте, пожалуйста," and then you take it, you try to give it to the next person, and they say, "No, no, 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 no." So then you have to stay because you've got everybody's money now. So you have to walk to the front of the bus, give it to the guy. The ceiling is like this. It was stressful because
good
I didn't
old
speak very
days.
good
The
Russian.
good
Yeah.
old days of marшрутkas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'm glad I don't have to use this system now, but I'm glad I had the chance to experience it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Life
Absolutely.
experience. Traveling by Gazelka, marshrutkas in Petrozavodsk. Mirrors. Are you familiar with any Russian mirror superstitions?
Let me see. I know one that if you go back into your flat after you've left, you have to say some phrases, and one of them is boo boo boo.
I don't know about boo
You
boo.
don't know this one. You don't know boo
I
boo.
don't know about boo boo boo, but as I understand it, if you forget something and you return, you have to look in the mirror and smile. That's what I was told.
Oh,
Smile.
really?
But I know that different people have some different ideas about what you have to do. So for you it's boo boo boo.
Boo boo boo. My wife says boo boo boo,
So you got
and our
your,
friends. Sorry.
so you got your foo foo foo, boo boo boo, and
And yeah, our friends told us there's like a little speech that you have to make, but I've never seen anybody do it.
a whole
I just go
speech.
boo boo boo.
Well, now I discovered that you really do have to do this because once I left our flat in St. Petersburg without my wallet. And I went back to get it because obviously I needed the wallet. And I got my wallet, but I didn't look in the mirror. I didn't smile. And later that day, my wallet was stolen.
Yeah.
Very same day. And I thought, it's true. I didn't smile in the mirror. So there
This
you
is
go.
why I believe. This is why I believe. Bad
That's
things
it.
happen if you don't do all the superstitions. Yeah.
Look in the mirror, smile in the mirror. Would you say smile in the mirror or smile at the mirror?
Let's see a smile in the. Ooh, smile
Smile
at
at
myself,
yourself. Smile
at my reflection. Smile at my reflection. I think I would say.
at my reflection.
But
Look,
smile in the mirror. That sounds like something. If I was describing this
this is smiling
exact
in the
thing, I
mirror.
would definitely say, yeah, you have
Okay.
to go in and look in the mirror and smile in the mirror. Yes, yes, I would.
So I hope everybody can see English prepositions. It's not always black and white, you know. Anyway, look in the mirror when you forget something and you have to return home. Knives, forks, and spoons.
Ooh,
At
I
least
don't
knives
think
and
I know this
spoons.
one.
So apparently, when somebody drops a knife, that means that a male visitor will come.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't know this one.
when somebody drops a spoon, a female visitor will come. And when somebody drops a fork, I don't know. Maybe in the comments somebody will tell us. But I believe a knife is for a male visitor and a spoon is for a female. So when someone drops, a visitor will come. Another nice word, knives, forks and spoons all together are... Nobody knows
Cutlery.
the words are cutlery. Yes. Very important word for my hometown, Sheffield, because Sheffield was one of the main cities in the world for making cutlery. Not anymore, but we were.
Sheffield steel. Yeah, it was
Sheffield
famous.
steel. That's right. The good old days. Right. This one. Now, can you figure out what's going on here and why this dog is going to have bad luck?
Ah, yes. You cannot shake hands across the, what is it? The threshold?
The threshold,
It
yes.
is threshold.
Across the threshold.
It sounds very dramatic. Yeah.
You can't do anything across a threshold, can you? You're not supposed, for example,
I wouldn't kiss, no.
don't kiss across a threshold. No, don't hug across a threshold. Don't pass something, especially a baby.
Oh
Never
my
pass a
goodness.
baby.
I would never pass a baby,
across a
no.
threshold. Never pass a baby, but
Rugby union. Pass the baby.
don't pass money across a threshold. No, 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 no.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, people have different ideas about this. I expect couriers have to accept that, or delivery guys. Is courier actually an English word, do you think? Are they called or delivery?
I've heard it. I mean, I would say generally delivery guy. Courier, to my mind, is somebody who delivers a letter
Yeah,
or a
I
small
think
parcel
so.
quickly. Like it's not the postal service. Like the postman is not a courier. A
Yeah.
courier will do it faster. It costs more money.
So we're going to say a courier is like DHL.
Yeah.
DHL is a courier.
Mm-hmm.
I find myself using this word in English because of Russian courier, but it's probably there's the postman and there's the delivery guys. I mean, now with Amazon, the Amazon delivery guy. Is that what we call them? Probably.
I would definitely say delivery guy.
Delivery
Yeah,
guy.
that's what I would say.
So when a delivery guy comes with your pizza, how do you, now we pay online again, but if you were paying cash, would you step out into the corridor?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I always step out into the corridor.
Step out into the corridor. No passing.
It's a very I can't do it anymore. It's a strange feeling. I think because so many Russians have shouted at me for trying to shake hands through the doorway that deep in my brain, it's a scary thing.
We'll call it through the doorway. Because that sounds like more normal English, doesn't it? Through the door.
It does sound like, across the threshold sounds like Tolkien. I like the sound of it. It sounds very threshold.
Yeah. But through the doorway. So you're very careful now. You prefer to step out and not do anything across a threshold.
Precisely.
Right. Very good. Right. Bottles. Bottles, bottles. Do you know this one?
I've heard it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not clear exactly what it is. I just remember that you're not supposed to put an empty bottle on the table. Is that right?
You're not supposed to leave empty bottles on the table. Yes. Это не принято. You're not supposed to do it. Yes. I believe you're supposed to put them on the floor.
And I also, have you ever seen people blow the top of the bottle like? Have you seen that?
No.
We've got some friends who do that. There was a big conversation.
Like when
when it's finished, yeah. So you take the bottle, and before you put it on the floor, you have to blow across. What's it called? The top of the bottle, I suppose. The bottleneck. Yeah.
Interesting. And put it on the floor. I believe that the theory is you will be poor. You won't have money if you leave empty bottles on surfaces, on tables.
Oh, real on any surface.
And I struggle now. I can't look at an empty bottle on a table. I can't look at it. It bothers me.
No, it bothers me. That's a nice phrase as well. It bothers me.
I have to do something. So yeah. And even when I was in England, do you find this in England as well? When you're in England, you see, put it on the floor.
Yeah, the rules carry over. The rules carry over to England. Yeah.
Obviously, in England, people really don't care about empty bottles on the table. There's no tradition about it, but we feel it after our time in Russia. Salt. Are you familiar with any?
I might be mixing this one up, as I remember if you spill salt, you have to throw it over your left shoulder into the devil's face. Is that right?
We'll do this. If you spill salt, you have to, I just like you're supposed to so much. You're supposed to throw it over your shoulder.
Over your children.
Into the devil's face. And then what will you avoid? And then you will avoid...
I have no idea.
I believe you will avoid an argument. Because I believe that spilling salt leads to arguments, according to the tradition. So that's how to avoid it. There are some ideas about once, twice, 3 times. I don't remember. To be honest, I don't think I've ever spilled salt.
I don't usually spill salt. No, I don't tend to spill it. That's true.
It's not a great problem. What about this one?
Yeah. Stop it! Stop! What are you doing, Ben?
Okay, how does that make you feel?
Immediately uncomfortable. It makes me feel like you're not going to get any money ever.
Okay, so whistling. So whistling bothers you. Whistling bothers Craig.
Whistling indoors. Outdoors is fine. Okay,
so you feel this one, whistling indoors. Can you whistle?
Yes. Yeah, not very well, to be honest, but yes.
Okay, so I mean, was whistling part of your life before you came to Russia, or?
Yeah, I used to whistle a lot. I like it, and I would punctuate sentences with whistles, but then I got shouted at by Russian.
A lot, and I like this construction. Craig used to whistle a lot, and he would punctuate his sentences with whistles, and people would shout at him. Just this would for habit, students though. Yeah. Whistling indoors does bother people, doesn't it?
It does. Russians don't like it.
Yeah. So I have stopped doing it. And to be honest, outdoors, I very rarely hear whistling. It's something I notice when I'm in England. Oh, people whistle. Yeah. Whereas outdoors here, I very rarely hear whistling. In fact, I can say
that's interesting. Yeah. I don't remember people whistling very much at all. No.
No. So whistling, not very popular. What about this one? This is less obvious. Where is she sitting?
Ah, she's sitting on the corner of the table.
Exactly. And so what won't she do in the next 7 years?
Get married? Is that
I think
right?
that's right. If you
Yeah.
sit at the corner of the table, you won't get married for 7 years. This is a strange one.
Hmm.
A very
Yeah,
strange one.
it is an odd one, yeah. And it's a
Oh, but
scary one
only
because
for
seven
girls.
years.
It's only for girls, though, I believe.
Ah, not for
I
gentlemen.
believe it doesn't apply to men.
Hmm.
I could be wrong, but I think this one only applies to girls. Касается девушек, I think.
Hmm.
I have a theory about it.
Go on.
My theory is that the corner of the table was an easier place to flirt from, and it was an easier place to show perhaps your ankle or your lower leg.
Hmm.
And so, бабушки, тетеньки, they didn't want the young women to have this opportunity to flirt.
Hmm.
And so they said, don't sit at the corner. Your legs must be under the table where nobody can see them. That's my theory.
That's a great theory. That's a great theory.
Try this one. Happy birthday in advance. Have you come across this one?
Yes, yes, I have. What is it in Russian? It's not заранее. С наступающим, yeah? С
You can say с
наступающим.
наступающим праздником, but can you say с наступающим днем рождения?
Oh,
I
I don't
don't,
know.
as far as I know, you can't celebrate your birthday before your birthday in Russia. Like you can't organize a party days
Ah,
before
I
your
didn't know
birthday.
this. No, I didn't know
And
this.
even at work, you're not really like we say in England, we say, happy birthday for Sunday.
Yeah, if you're not going to see the
Friday,
person.
to show that you remember that their birthday is coming up, you say, oh, I won't see you. Happy birthday for Sunday. But in Russia, I don't think that's allowed. But I might not live until my birthday.
Yeah, thanks for cursing me.
Like, yeah, cursing. Don't curse or don't jinx it.
Yeah.
What's that? Zglaz, I think. Zglaz.
Great word, zglaz.
Zglaz.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's a good one. Don't jinx it. Don't curse me. So as I understand it, in Russia, you're not supposed to wish somebody a happy birthday until their birthday. And it's
I see.
people
Yeah, I
think
didn't
it's
know this
weird
one.
when they get these messages before. Whereas for us, it's a bit, if you say happy birthday afterwards, it's like, but you forgot. Well, we say this, don't we? Happy belated birthday.
Yeah, we do. We definitely, yeah. I would say that to
But
somebody.
it's better if you get it on the day or before, I think.
Hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's birthday superstitions. This is a real village tradition.
I don't know this one.
It's bad luck to cross paths with an old lady carrying an empty bucket. It's not something that happens very often on Vasilyevsky Island in St. Petersburg.
Not too often, no.
No.
And what should you do if it happens? Is there a way to protect yourself?
I don't know. I don't know. I just know that maybe in the comments somebody can tell us how to what did you use? How to unjinx yourself. I like that. How to unjinx. It thinks it's not a word, but it is a word. Unjinx. Do that. Unjinx yourself. Yeah, I don't know this one. Money. So I believe there are some rules about handing money to people. Some people prefer to put money on a table or on a shelf, and then another person can pick it up. So passing money from hand to hand, have you come across this?
Yeah, people don't like it. And in the shops, obviously, they have the little tray. And you have to put the
Yeah,
money on the
yeah,
tray. When I first came to Russia 20 years ago, this was very strict. You
yeah,
couldn't,
yeah.
nobody would take money from your hand. Nowadays, it's more relaxed. But 20 years ago, yeah, very strict.
20. Yeah. But it's fading, I would say this.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
Obviously now we don't use paper money very often. I had one student who was happy to give me money during the daytime, but not after dark. So
Really?
yeah, during the daytime it's okay, but during the night the money has bad energy. So
Like gremlins,
something
don't
like
give
that.
him
Yeah.
money after dark.
I like this as well. People in Russia talk about energy a lot more than they talk about energy in England. I've noticed, like good energy.
Yeah, I've started to talk about energy now as well. Yeah.
Hopefully, we're spreading some good energy, guys. Good
Hmm.
energy. Send us back some good energy. This one, now, can you guess? The picture is a bit of a riddle. What's this about?
Don't put a child in a suitcase.
No, I don't think that's the superstition.
Let me think for a second. Let me think.
So, what is she? So, what is she doing? What's her
She's
body position?
she's sitting cross-legged
Sitting.
ish.
She's sitting. Okay, so we've got
Uh,
sitting and we've got a suitcase. When do we use suitcases?
when we're yes, got it. Yes, you have to sit in your suitcase for a minute
I
before
don't
you
think you have
leave.
to sit in the suitcase, but you have to
On.
sit on. Oh, sit on the suitcase. I thought just sitting was enough. Is it not
Maybe
enough?
maybe I've got it because
No,
I've definitely sat on the suitcase at some point.
you have to sit. No, you have to sit for for a while. Let's say for a while before setting off
Yeah.
on a journey.
What's it called? It's сидеть на минуту.
Сидеть на
Is that it?
дорожке.
На
Isn't it?
дорожке. Да,
На
на дорогу.
дорожке.
На дорожке. Yeah. Yeah, I knew it was na something.
Yeah, I think that's it. Do you do this?
Yes, we do. Yes.
You're
Yes,
going
absolutely.
you're going on a journey tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I do this religiously.
Yes. Okay. So how long do you sit? Just
I will usually spend about 20. It depends when the flight is. If we have enough time, then I'll sit for a good 30 seconds.
okay, so you sit 30 seconds.
And you say it's Borgum.
Okay. So you do it. My mother-in-law does it. I don't do it really.
You don't do it, Ben.
No, I don't do it.
Ben, remember
And
the
how
wallet,
am I
Ben.
still alive? You know, it's incredible, isn't it? It's incredible.
Falling.
However, I have had some terrible journeys, and perhaps this is why. Like some horrible things happen to us on journeys, which is probably because we don't do this. Or maybe that's
The
just the
rules.
reality of traveling with little children.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Sit before a journey. Right. This one, I like this one.
Ooh, I don't know this one, I don't
No,
think.
no. It's not exactly a tradition, but when you have hiccups, so what do you have to do?
No idea.
No?
No.
You may have seen some people write hiccups like coughs, but that's silly, old fashioned. When you have hiccups, Икота, иди на фе. No.
Never heard it. Never heard that one.
Maybe you don't get hiccups very often.
I have no idea actually, but I have had hiccups at times. No one's ever said it. No, strangely.
Anyway, hiccups. The idea is if you have hiccups, somebody has remembered you somewhere, and you need to call that person to mind. And if you call to mind the right person, then your hiccups will go away. And that's how to get rid of hiccups. Избавиться. What do you do when you have hiccups? Do you have any strategies or techniques?
Mostly just despair. acceptance and despair. I used to try the English ways. You have to drink water with your head tipped back, and
Exactly. It works. I swear by this. I always do it. You have to drink from the wrong side of the cup.
That's the one.
You've got your cup here, and you drink from the wrong side. It works.
What a mess.
Hold your breath and drink. Hold your breath, drink from the wrong side of the cup. It works. It does something to your diaphragm.
Is it something like there's a spasm in the duodenum? Is that what it's? I remember reading about it
from our area of expertise.
Yeah, let's come back to normal thing.
Okay, quick one. Weddings. Are you a married man?
I am a married man.
Yes, me too. So did you have a wedding?
We did, yeah, Russian one.
Did you have a karavai?
No.
Oh, you didn't have a karavai. This is a real picture from my wedding. This is my.
Oh, it looks like a stock photo. It's very nice.
This is the real thing. And the bride and the groom pull apart this karavai, and the one who gets the bigger part is going to be the boss.
The one who wears the trousers.
The one who wears the trousers, exactly. The spouse who gets the biggest half will wear the trousers, be the boss. Yeah. So as you can see, my wife very sensibly is trying to take a very small piece. And
very
I've got my
demure.
hands on the loaf of bread, like, give me the big piece, thank you very much.
That's cheating. Surely that's
Definitely
cheating.
Definitely cheating, yeah. Another one, did your wife throw a bouquet over her shoulder?
Ooh, let me think for a moment. I'm not sure, actually. In England, yeah, because we did like a second wedding in England.
Yeah.
I do believe she threw it over her shoulder.
Because we did that in Russia, and the idea is the girl who catches the bouquet will be the next to get married.
Yeah.
But my wife was wearing a special garter around on her leg. I can't remember the Russian word for this. A garter. It's something that like holds your socks up. It's like an elastic band. Anyway, there was a procedure. I had to remove the garter from her leg, throw the garter over my shoulder, and the man who caught the garter would be the next man to get married.
I don't think I would like to give another man my wife's garter.
No, it was a bit weird. It's a bit weird.
That's a weird one.
Many weird things happened during my Russian wedding in Vizhegorsk, but it's a story for another day. That's my last one. Can you think of any more superstitions, or have we?
Let's see.
Done all of them. We talked.
No, there's one. I know one. Okay. I know two actually. I know two more. One is, I believe, if you're sitting between two people with the same name, something happens, but I don't remember what. I think it's good luck.
Okay, to sit between.
There's an Olga and an Olga.
Okay, it's probably quite easy to sit between. If you get a gathering of women of a certain age.
Yeah. The statistical chance is high.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
And the other is if you step on somebody's foot, they have to step on your foot.
Oh.
You never had this one.
Whereas in England, if someone steps on your foot, you still say sorry to them. You
say, "Oh, sorry for that." Sorry.
Yes. So if you step on someone's foot, you have to let them step on your foot.
I believe so.
I haven't done that one. Interesting. I'll try it. I'll go and step on somebody's foot and see. And by the way, your fufufu, is it the same as? Am I saying it right?
I think it's tfu. It's like T мягкий знак F.
We're saying it's tfu.
Oh, there's no mягкий знак, is there not? 1 second. I have no idea.
I don't like mягкий знак.
I don't like it. It's the best snack.
Well, maybe. My kids laugh at me for pronouncing things with mягкий знак when it's not supposed to be, or without when
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
I'm
supposed to
terrible.
be. They just laugh.
Mm,
Um,
yeah, I'm terrible for that one. Yeah.
um, and is it the same as touch wood?
I believe conceptually, yes.
So we say touch wood, and then
Yeah, and we
touch.
say I think we in Lancashire, knock on wood.
This is the joke. The joke is that my
Is
head
your
is
head's
made
made
of
of
wood,
wood? Yeah,
isn't it? That's the
yeah.
joke. Like, I've got a wooden head.
Hmm.
So when we don't want to jinx or curse something, we say touch wood, knock on wood,
Hmm. Hmm.
tap your head, something like that. Um,
Hmm.
were you at all superstitious before coming to Russia, or is it one of the ways that Russia has changed you?
It's definitely changed me.
Mhm.
I was a little bit. I remember I found it difficult. Do you know on the pavement when there's like a grid? I don't know if they call
Ah,
it a grid
um,
in Yorkshire,
where
and there's like a
the
double
pavement.
grid, or yeah, with like three paving stones, like a grid like that. Yeah. So I can't walk on those. I
You mean
couldn't
you can't
rather.
walk on the cracks? You can't
Well,
walk
there's
on the
cracks are bad. Cracks are bad, but I couldn't even walk on the grid. You have to walk. I had to walk around. This my first girlfriend gave me this one, and it took me years to unlearn it. So I've trained myself not to do it. But
Okay,
yeah, because it's inconvenient. You have to walk
very.
around all the time.
It's very inconvenient. Or do you have to walk like along the curb
Wherever there isn't a grid, you can choose in the road if necessary,
or
just
the
not on
road?
the grid.
Okay. Um, interesting. Interesting. Cool. Well, thanks, Craig. It's nice, not being the only British guy who understands these Russian traditions.
Who knows these Russian
Yeah.
traditions? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, of course, if any of you have any comments about our conversation, if you want to add anything, correct anything, tell us how to get rid of our hiccups, please do it in the comments. Otherwise, we'll do this again soon. All right. Bye, Craig.
Bye bye.
See ya.